Breaking tonight on Eyewitness News, a local police officer killed in a car crash. The new information just in from Highway Patrol investigators. Then celebrating Easter during the COVID-19 pandemic, how local churches are adjusting their services, and why health officials want you to hold off on that holiday travel. Eyewitness News starts right now.
See what's happening this instant. ABC 11 Eyewitness News at 11 starts right now.
Breaking right now on Eyewitness News, a police officer killed in a car crash, all new in the past hour. We've learned that officer's name. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Tim Pulliam. Our breaking news crew on the scene in Sampson County. The accident happening around 7 p.m. near the intersection of Highway 701 and Isaac Weeks Road in Clinton. Now, the Highway Patrol now identifying the driver as 26-year-old Brent Hall, with the Newton Grove Police Department. Troopers say Hall was going 80 in a 35-mile-per-hour zone when he lost control of the vehicle, hit a curb, and then two light poles. The Newton Grove police chief putting out a statement on Facebook calling the loss painful and devastating. Also breaking tonight, a man rushed to the hospital with critical injuries after a shooting in Durham. Police say they responded to Elm Street and Dale Street right around 8:30 tonight. Officers not releasing any other information, but say this is an active investigation. Also tonight, making your Easter plans amid the COVID-19 pandemic. One local church sharing the message that hope is on the way. Akila Davis posting these photos on Facebook. The Christ the King Lutheran Church in Cary held its Easter tent revival. Akila shows us how churches like this are adapting their Easter celebrations in the midst of a global pandemic. Good advice, Akila. And the holiday travel rush is on tonight. New guidelines from the CDC say the travel risk is low for those fully vaccinated. And ahead of Easter, the TSA says it screened 1.5 million passengers on Friday alone, setting a new pandemic-era record. Still, people are being advised to avoid unnecessary travel, especially if you are not vaccinated. Health experts expressing concerns because of rising COVID-19 cases in some states. The other big factor in your Easter plans, the weather. Meteorologist Robert Johnson joining us now with your first alert forecast. Robert, we have some chilly temperatures to get through tonight first.
Absolutely, and Monday forecast, Tim.
All right, Robert, thank you. New tonight, new reaction to the Derek Chauvin trial, which resumes next week. So far, we've seen witnesses breaking down on the stand. It's exposing the trauma that felt while watching George Floyd dying under the officer's knee. This week, those images were back in the spotlight on national television, opening wounds of racial trauma and heartbreak for many of us. During a town hall discussion today, hosted by Durham City Councilman Mark Anthony Middleton, a mental health expert said trauma impacts all of us in different ways, and it's important to take a moment and acknowledge how the trial is affecting our mood.
How we have to be honest with ourselves about how we're being impacted and be okay with saying, like you did, it's too much. I got to turn away for a little while. Nobody is going to fault you for that. You have to take care of yourself first before you can do the work to take care of other people.
The high-profile trial is expected to last another 3 weeks. Derek Chauvin is charged with manslaughter and second and third-degree murder. He has pleaded not guilty. Mental health part of the investigation as authorities work to identify any motive for the attack at the U.S. Capitol complex, where a driver rammed his car into a police checkpoint, killing one officer and injuring another. Now, authorities say that suspect was also killed after lunging at police with a knife. A U.S. official says Noah Green had been suffering from delusions, paranoia, and suicidal thoughts. Tonight, we're also hearing from those who knew the officer killed William Billy Evans, who served 18 years with Capitol Police.
You know, the man who now will lie in a flag-draped casket was an amazing dad to two little kids, and he loved serving, the members of, our lawmakers and visitors to the Capitol and keeping them safe.
Security has now been tightened at the Capitol complex, and the latest breach could delay the reopenings of the building's grounds to the public, as lawmakers were hoping to get back to normal after the January 6th Capitol riots. And you have got to look at this video. Fears and frustrations after this incident. A man charged after surveillance video shows him trashing a Korean-owned convenience store in uptown Charlotte. Take a look at this video. It all happened on Tuesday afternoon. The owners say there's no doubt in their minds that they were targeted because they are Asian. They say in this case, they believe a man they banned from the store hired Xavier Silas to trash it in an act of revenge.
As he was doing it, he was like saying racial slurs, cursing at us, threatening us. And the guy that we banned ended up coming into the store, cheering him on and screaming, "That's what you get, that's what you get, go back to your country."
Unbelievable. Thankfully, no one in the store was hurt. Silas is facing several charges, and police are also pursuing a potential charge of misdemeanor ethnic intimidation under North Carolina's hate crime statute. Now, tonight, a message of solidarity from downtown Raleigh. More than 100 activists gathering in Moore Square this afternoon for the event called Not Your Model Minority, Forward in Solidarity Against White Supremacy. They made signs to carry their message, marching through downtown Raleigh. Also in Raleigh tonight, a 26-year-old has died after a shooting along New Bern Avenue overnight. A 17-year-old is now in custody. Police say officers found 26-year-old Tyron Miller with a gunshot wound just before 2:30 this morning. He later died at the hospital. Let's move further south in Cumberland County tonight. The Highway Patrol is investigating after a pedestrian was hit and killed on Highway 301. First responders were called to the area near Sanders Street, where they found the victim this morning. Now, authorities have not released any other details at this time. We're going to take a sharp turn now. A big day for one Wake County town, Cary, turning 150 years old today and celebrating a big birthday bash tonight. Our very own Steve Daniels and Tisha Powell helping to host the virtual event that included a concert and a highlight reel of Cary's best. You can find more details right now on abc11.com. Still ahead tonight, rapper DMX on life support. The new details just in about what sent him to the hospital. Plus, the more you give, the more you get back. The Raleigh restaurant finding those words to live by as it teams up with the Triangle Church to feed families in need. Developing now, a 16-year-old, one of 3 people killed when a house party turns deadly in Wilmington. 4 other people were hurt, the rest of the victims ranging in age from 18 to 22. Now, it's not clear what led up to the shooting, and no suspects have been identified. Police did recover several firearms at the scene, and detectives are actively investigating all leads. Closer to home, the SBI is investigating after a Person County deputy shot and killed a man who authorities say was holding 3 people hostage. All this unfolding last night at a home on Clay Long Road. The sheriff says when his deputy arrived, he reported that shots had been fired. The deputy claims he saw the man point a handgun at the hostages and warned the man to put the weapon down. Now, the man was shot at least 1 time. Authorities say the deputy gave emergency aid and called EMS, but the man died. Now, officials say the man had been served with domestic violence papers and he allegedly assaulted one of the hostages during the incident. The deputy is now on administrative leave, which is standard procedure. The race to vaccinate, reaching out to the Black community today. The African American COVID-19 Task Force teaming up with Beacon Light Missionary Baptist Church in Durham for a Moderna vaccination clinic, stressing the importance of getting shots into arms, especially in a community negatively impacted by COVID-19. Organizers say they're planning more of these mass vaccine events in the coming weeks with a focus on vaccine equity. And while so many people are still struggling during the pandemic, a Raleigh church is stepping up to help those in need. The New Bethel Church, Christian Church, teaming up with the Backyard Bistro to feed 1,000 underprivileged families. Here's Anthony Wilson with this ABC 11 Together story. All right, thank you, Anthony. It was an Easter egg extravaganza at a Triangle Church today, or I should say Saturday, with 10,000 Easter eggs dropping from a helicopter. Take a look at this at New Hope Church on Fayetteville Road in Durham. Kids scooping up the eggs full of candy, families also enjoying music, games, and crafts. We have now hit midnight, so it is Easter. And it will be another beautiful day for Easter egg hunt. Meteorologist Robert Johnson is here now with the forecast. Happy Easter,
Happy
Robert.
Easter to you as well, Tim. It is going to Sunday all the way into the middle of the week, bright and beautiful. Have a great Easter, Tim.
It looks fantastic, Robert. Thank you so much.
You bet.
All right, all new tonight, Mummies on Parade. You have got to take a look at this. We'll show you the royal fanfare next.
Find us on Facebook, like our page, and follow us for the latest eyewitness news updates.
So take a look at this. Here's a story, a news story a lot of you are checking out on ABC11.com. Rapper DMX on life support at a New York hospital. His lawyer said the 50-year-old rapper had a heart attack. He could not confirm reports that DMX overdosed on drugs and was not sure what caused the heart attack. A royal parade for some royal mummies. Egypt moving 22 mummies in a grand parade. Take a look here. Very extravagant. They're moving them from their location at the Egyptian Museum by Tahrir Square to the new National Museum of Egyptian Civilization. Now, Egypt's president there to receive the mummies of 18 kings and 4 queens. The procession followed ancient Egyptian rituals, including prayers and spells from the Book of the Dead. Interesting. Well, remember, you can check out the Golden Mummies of Egypt at the North Carolina Museum of Art. The exhibit features 8 gilded mummies. It runs through July 11th. Coming up in sports, reliving Roy Williams' greatest moments. Former Tar Heel players sharing how the Hall of Fame coach impacted their lives off the court, plus highlights from the Hurricanes and the Final Four. All right, Bridget, thank you so much. Join us at 6 a.m. for the latest eyewitness news. For now, the news continues on ABC11.com, the ABC11 mobile app, Facebook, and Twitter. Happy Easter, everyone. See you soon.